Most people misinterpret and do like a misconception. There's this like misconception here that people are talking about. Oh, you're doing diss tracks and you're freaking calling people out and you're doing the best on them. They're up there with some of the best rappers, but you'll be like really trying to hurt this person and so on and so. I've already explained, like, they're roast tracks for one, and I'm not trying to get. That's not the level that I want. I wish the best for all those people that I do the roast track on, and all that stuff. But what people misunderstand and what people don't get is it's not like that. It's more like it's an invitation, or it's like, okay, this is the challenge. I'm challenging you to a rap battle. Let's get this going. It's for the fun of the game, It's for competition. It's for, so on and so forth. And if they don't rap, if they don't do music, then that's that. They're out of that. But, like, if we're being real, I beat this guy multiple times in gaming. So that's out of the whole question. There's no, like, rematch to do now. There's no point. If I'm the one who got him into this stuff in the first place to top that off. So that's out. So that is why I started doing the music thing. Because I knew he was doing music. I know he had a booth. I talked about it in those songs too. I talked about it before. He had a booth. He's done some type of something with music, some way, shape, or form. He cannot hide it. He's done that. So no matter what type of thing he do, that's what it was. From where I'm from and all the stuff that I do and the music that I listen to and my culture and stuff like that, how I grew up and all this other stuff, one of the ways was hip-hop. That was the first genre of music that I listened to, and I was like, dang, bro, I actually really like this. I'm inspired and motivated. But I didn't realize until later on it wasn't just hip-hop, it was all genres, because I just enjoyed music as in its entirety. But hip-hop was really the first one that really made me like snap and be like, yo, I like this. I don't know. It might have been like, I don't know what it is, but then again, like I've already explained where I grew up and all that. It's just that music that's a part of that too, a part of that area. Shout out Cali. But it's something that is a big part of my life, and it's it's in me. It's in my DNA. It's freaking embedded. It's in me, it's in my veins. It's pumping through my blood right now. So when I made those, it's more of just, all right, you want to do all this talking, so let me show you what I could do then. Because I didn't do no talking. I didn't do no responding. And I don't do subliminals. If I'm going to talk, I do it direct. I don't do no subliminals. I don't got time to waste. If it's worthy of being talked about, then I will talk about it. Maybe. Not all the time is it worthy. But, that's a little bit something else there. But it's more of like, is it worth it? Is there a purpose behind that whole thing? Now, another reason why I did those roast tracks is because there was no purpose. The guy was just talking and flapping his gums. So, really, no matter what, I don't even got to do nothing, and that's already won. I already won that whole roast track. This is massive overkill. Like, no matter what universe, if he were to come from another universe and do a diss track where he's like, he got mentored by Eminem and all the goats of rap, he would still not even be able to compete. Like, there's no level that we're on comparison. No matter what that kid does that I did the roast tracks on, roast tracks on, no matter what, there's no comparison. And I feel like it's going to be the same thing for every other roast track that'll come out after that. Do I plan on doing another roast track is one question. And am I ever going to do one on someone else or someone and so forth? I don't plan on doing any more roast tracks on that specific little kid. And I don't plan on doing any more roast tracks at all. Because that immature little kid, he's he's done for. Like, there's just no coming back. If he quit the internet, that's his best option. That's Joshua's best option. But, you know, coming back to the whole thing, that's all it really is. There's no like, don't even have to say no hard feelings. There's nothing more than that. That's simply at the most grounded explanation that it can be, for lack of a better term. It's not grounded, I was going to use. But the most broken down way of explaining that thing is by saying, specifically, that's what it is. It's just nothing more than, alright, this is a challenge, what do you got? And you know what he did? He did respond, though. He did respond, but guess what he did? He actually didn't respond. He let someone else respond. The worst part is, that kid was like 10 or something. He shouldn't even be listening to that. Like, I mean, like, fine, you go listen to it, but don't, like, where's the parents at? Don't, like, why is his parents allowing him to do that? Like, whatever, it's funny, it's fun, whatever, do what he do. That was just, and I know his audience was like children and stuff, but like, that was weird. That's a little weird, having kids do stuff for you, but hey, you do what you do, I guess. And then he eventually responded, but it was in one of those spam accounts that kid made. And then also it was behind a voice changer. He was just saying that I play games too much, which is weird because why does that matter? I mean, isn't that an excuse? Is the reason why I won against him? I don't know. I just happen to play freaking a lot of games. Oh well. I mean, the kid plays Resident Evil and all these other games. You look at his whole channel, it contradicts him saying that. He literally does the same thing. Well, not the same exact thing, but he plays as many games as I do. Well, probably doesn't, but I mean, like, come on. So, I mean, I'm not gonna break down everything he said in his little diss tracks or whatever he made, but and the fact that he hid behind an account that wasn't even the one with 2,000 subscribers or whatever he got right now, those fake viewers. That's just that guy though. That's just that little male, little mini ape, a little peasant, an immigrant. But you know, like I said, like, he do what he do. Hope he do good. You know, he got his little life to go take care of, so you know, I'm gonna let him go do that. But another reason why I'm explaining it that way is because he just can't seem to hop off my PP. You feel what I'm saying? The kid just, he's not grown. I feel like he has that, whatever it's called, but that's for that one. But like I said, it's nothing like bad. Like, you can see this video and be like, oh, this and that. But me and him have a little bit of a history, and I'm not saying that for an excuse, I guess you could say. I'm not saying that for an excuse to talk about how I'm talking about it. Me and this dude go back to like 2008, 08. But this dude screwed me over in every way possible. Reminds me of some other kid that screwed me over because I was trying to put him on the map. I signed him to the label, and he basically just used me and only made one track with me. Only other person to make a track with besides Agent Orange and no, that was it actually, Agent Orange. Because I have yet to make a track with anybody else. I've only collaborated with 2 people by far. I guess if you want to count Georgie the GG, that's 3, but you know, I'm not counting no characters, I'm just counting everybody. But I mean, if you want to count the character, sure, whatever. But as far as that goes, I mean, like, that's that. But another thing I want to quickly say before I end this off while explaining this whole thing is the Georgie the GG thing. When I did Crowned King, I was hyped to do it again, and you know, the whole message behind the song was really cool, and I liked it. I just remembered one of my old tracks, and I was inspired a little bit by Logic too when I was listening to hip hop back in, like, what was this, 2016? And The Crowned King track was almost, it was like an homage to or homage. I don't know how to say that word. Paying homage to the old original track that it was from, that unfortunately never came out and never got released at all, because it just got locked in the vault, and that vault was freaking literally destroyed. So, and that vault was the iMac, and a sword went through it, and I highly doubt that it works anymore. It's at the junkyards now, but that file, I don't doubt, would have still worked if I extracted it from that. But there's so many songs and files that I did that I still remember, but it is what it is. But I mean, it's all about the new tracks now. Like, I might have lost a lot of songs that I did back then when I first started music, but since 2020, 4 years in the game, 4 years of making music as a musical artist, musician, so on and so forth, rapper, singer, songwriter, all that, except producer. Still working on if I want to do that or not. I'm a little bit interested. I feel like I'm going to dabble in it a little bit, but I don't think I'm going to fully get into it. But finishing about this video and talking about the Crowned King track, at the time, it was dope and it was cool, but I don't think I should have used it for Crowned King. I don't think using Georgie and a track that I made before, which was dope on its own. It didn't even talk about none of the stuff that I was talking about. But the kid that I did the roast track on is what I used that track for. I even brought Georgie the GG back to get some more views and eyes on it. That's not how I saw it or thought of it, but in one way or another, it worked like that. That's not how I thought about it, though. But I used it, and I just ended up writing the song as another, like, roast track in a way to that kid I was talking about. And how I feel now is like, it's not that I regret it per se. It's more of, I wish I took that track and separated it from what I wrote in that version of Crowned King. That's like version 2, but version 2 would have been with Georgie the GG, but nothing was written. This version that's out on the album is not the one that I wish was on the album, and not the one that I wish was called Crowned King, and I wish it was separated. My freaking mustache itching, bro. I gotta have to freaking cut this thing. I have to trim it. I wish it was a different track, but it's out, and that's that. I don't even know what beat it's from, and I kind of want to redo the track. I kind of want to redo that whole thing instead of talking about that whole thing. Like, oh, okay, like, oh, I roasted him, and Georgie the GG roasted him, and Georgie the Bear roasted him, so on and so forth. Like, yeah, that's cool and all, but I could roast him all day and, play with the dictionary of vocabularies of all time, the sources, and mess with the English language all day and whatever other language, but and do poetry and stuff like that. But I mean, like, let's be realistic. I mean, now how I feel about it, I just don't find that song to be something that should have been released, because that whole thing is done. I've destroyed that kid so many times that if he made one really good track of, like, all bars, whatever, it doesn't even matter if he has, like, every feature on it, so on and so forth, if he got mentored by, like, anybody, no matter what, it would still not amount to how insane than freaking, 13 tracks that I did, 14 tracks. No, I don't even think that was that much. I think it was like 12 tracks that I did. It's crazy. Reality Check 4 isn't even out, if y'all notice when you look at it, and Reality Check 9 isn't even out. So I mean, it's that. I think there's only 9 anyway. Because like I said, I want to be done with that whole thing. But, like, again, I can roast him all day, and he'll never be able to come back. But I mean, like, I just want to be done with that whole thing because I just don't care. He keeps putting more effort and dedication into it. I'm like, bro, you still haven't grown up. That I'm not even gonna tell him that I'm not even telling him to grow up because he's just not at that point where he is growing up. So, you know, that's all gone. That's been done since Illshot. Illshot was like that was that. Like that's that. But since that one, basically 2 years ago, he just left the planet, the face of the earth. He just got taken off. Like he's deceased since then. It's crazy, you know, that roast track like made him that way, but you know, it is what it is. But anyhow, that's a couple topics I want to talk about. Mainly that first one. Because I don't want people like going out there and misinterpreting stuff that don't match up and don't line up with the truth in what it is, and my opinion, and the facts, and once again, like what it is. I don't want people out there making their own like guesses and stuff. I'd rather have them know exactly what the whole thing was and my thought process behind that, my mindset and such. And even now, like now, I just feel like he could do much better without talking to that fat random. That fat random, something bad's gonna happen to that dude. But as far as freaking like that other kid, the anorexic bird or whatever he is, bird brain, I think that he should stop pretending to wear a mask and pretend to be someone he's not. Cause I feel like he's gonna mess around and find out. And the same for the overweight one, but you know, all in due time, I guess. Y'all will see.